Thank you, Mr. President. Will the distinguished sponsor yield the floor to this representation for some clarificatory questions on the budget of the DSWD?
Yes, of course, Mr. President.
Thank you. As we can see on the screen, kindly flash it. The DSWD is among the agencies with the largest budget cuts under the Senate version, with the reduction of at least 31 billion pesos from the House GAP level. And I would say this is a very bold and courageous move undertaken by the Senate. And this will surely be an issue, a big issue, when we go into the bicameral conference with the House panel come December. The biggest gainer under the Senate version, yung 4-piece Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino program, and the social pension for indigent senior citizens. While the biggest loser, yung protective services for individuals and families in difficult circumstances, or AICS, sa national and of course sa National Capital Region. Now, the direction of my interpellation, Mr. President, yung ayuda programs, particularly yung AICS. Ito, i-breakdown natin yung historical, not historical, but yung flow ng changes, yung cuts. Protective services for individuals and families in difficult circumstances, from the 27 billion level sa NEP, it was increased to 59 billion under the House version. But the Senate version practically brought it back to the NEP level. Ganun din yung tulong pangabuhay or tupad. From 12 billion, in-increase hanggang ng 22 billion or to 22 billion. And this under the Senate version, somehow binalik natin sa almost same level ng President's budget. MAIF, from 24 billion, nag-increase sa House ng 49 billion, sa Senate version, nabalik uli sa 24. Particularly, ito yung I would like to commend the courage of the Senate Finance Committee Chairman and of course the subcommittee chairperson for bringing down to zero yung strengthening assistance for social programs under the program funds, because we have already discussed this among ourselves na hindi natin papayagan yung most of the ayudas under the unprogrammed appropriations. Now, we analyze the different types of assistance under the AICS. So, educational, medical, transportation, burial, food assistance, cash relief assistance, material assistance, non-monetary assistance. So this brings me to my first question. How does the DSWD ensure that the AICS beneficiaries do not overlap with the beneficiaries of these other programs, meaning yung programs under the 4Ps? Ito yung current assistance programs implemented or being implemented by the DSWD. 4Ps, social pension, sustainable livelihood program or SLPs. Of course, meron ding AICS, yung kalahi, supplementary feeding program, emergency shelter assistance or ESA, financial assistance for solo parents, etc. So paano natin ma-ensure na walang overlapping? Kasi pare-pareho eh. Pag tinignan natin AICS, tinignan natin yung 4Ps and the other programs, halos magkakapareho sila. So anong assurance na walang overlapping itong mga programs?
Okay. Mr. President, The four-piece beneficiaries, by law, they are defined and they receive financial assistance because of the condition that they are in. So they have children that go to elementary. There's a certain amount that goes to that age because of that age. When they're high school, there's a different amount. So yung four-piece beneficiaries, they are still allowed to receive AIX. So if they were, because the AIX is available still to them, despite them being four-piece beneficiaries. The overlap that is not allowed is AIX and AKAP beneficiaries. But for the record, this Congress, this budget does not have any AKAP. But when it existed, they were not allowed to overlap. Now, I can only speak on behalf of the other agencies because I know I know what the definition of those programs are, like MyFIP, because I handle the budget of DOH. It is for medical, it's medical assistance. So they can also receive that. As we all know, a lot of the medical expenses are huge. So whatever they receive for MyPIP is still not enough, even if they had received AIX or they are four-piece members. Having said that, if His Honor wishes, later on I can explain the intervention this representation did for MyFIP because I handled the budget of DOH also. But we can save that for a later time.
Yes, exactly my question, Mr. President. Paano ma-ensure na walang overlap? Kasi similar yung mga ayudas described under 4Ps and the programs described under AIX. Paano maiwasan yung overlap?
Generally, if you look at the description, they differ from each other, but there is nothing that prevents one beneficiary to get assistance from another. Again, because either the need is great or that the need is different. So for example, a solo parent, may financial assistance siyang nakukuha. Possible one time it's for medical. Possible for another time, nagkaroon sila ng crisis situation. And that solo parent could also be a four-piece beneficiary. So that is where they may technically be requesting for funds from these different funds. But I repeat, according to the Secretary, what is clearly not allowed is AIX and AKAP.
Pero malaki pa rin yung pondo ng AIX And as I said, may overlaps Magkakapareho yung programa or similar, at least similar. So ang tanong ko is, paano na monitor? Kasi yung 4Ps wala akong problema, it's data driven Merong database yan Merong program, may batas, may nagagraduate, may pumapalit. Ang AIX wala
I'll give a quick response and then the Secretary would also like to add to this. Actually, Mr. President, for the record, this representation did not recommend additional AIX to the chairman of the Committee on Finance. So, na-retain natin yung budget ng NEP, We did not carry the budget of the GAB. And basically, this representation had wanted to direct the assistance to institutions that I think it might be similar to the concern of His Honor, would be the ones to improve the services delivered. So, for example, for the supplementary feeding, we would increase that so that you wouldn't have parents requesting for AIX because of the food. Dahil nga dinagdagan natin ang program for supplementary feeding. So that was the idea, Mr. President. However, after the committee report, the subcommittee report was submitted, that's when Bagyong Tino happened and Bagyong Uaw happened. And that's when you could see the need was like overwhelmingly, in our face. kailangan na kailangan, and I personally visited some of these areas, wash out yung mga bahay because of early warning, lives were saved, but they lost everything they had. So it is very likely that they could have been previous beneficiaries, pero yung need pa rin na mag-deliver ng assistance sa kanila, nandun pa rin. So this representation also changed the recommendation, and this is also after consultation with some colleagues, because this will be up to the body naman po, Mr. President, if the body would like to add to the AIX. Kasi nakita ko yung need, and I trust I had discussions, more than 2 discussions with the secretary na masisigurado ba natin madi-deliver ito, because we also had reports that there were some LGU personnel who were getting a cut from the financial assistance that was being delivered to the people. Sabi ko, hindi ko kayang makasupport ng programang ganyan. But the secretary assured us that he will not tolerate it and that they have measures in place to prevent it. And so that amendment of mine stands because, but as I said, it's up to the body if we will push for that. But that's the main reason, because of the fact that we are just really getting hit left and right. And I'd like to believe that DSWD is in the best position to assist our people during these times of crisis and calamity.
Okay, thank you.
But
Okay,
the short answer is, wala tayong assurance na hindi dodoble ang tatanggapin.
yeah.
But I do believe that the need is there. So how do we register that properly para alam natin that I will ask the secretary now. For
Even
this
assuming for
additional-
a while na walang overlapping. Okay, even without accepting, assuming na walang overlapping. Paano naman natin ma-ensure na magko-complement yung mga programa
By the very nature kasi.
with each other? And corollary to that, Mr. President, can we ask the number of unique beneficiaries para malaman natin kung yung program na nare-reach yung target? Meron tayong listahan?
So, Mr. President, as far as the SWD is concerned, we can easily differentiate each of the programs, no? Yung AIX is a protective measure, yung crisis situation. You're stepping in to protect them because there is a crisis that happened. It's a social safety net. The 4Ps and the SLP and the Kalahi, they are promotive programs, or otherwise known as development programs. The idea is to induce a certain behavior. As I said, there are conditions. So if you have a child of this age, you bring them to school. And because you are doing your part by bringing them to school, you will get this allowance. That also includes you bring your child to the health center for the vaccination. So it's inducing a behavior that is good for the family. And then the last one, Mr. President, the supplemental feeding. Well, as the name itself tells us, it's a feeding program. So within these programs of DSWD, they can have overlapping, the beneficiaries may receive from more than one program because they are different programs.
Kaya nga po, meron ba tayong unique para makita natin yung overlapping? Kung massive o...
Yes, they have, Mr. President. They
Okay.
can provide.
Yeah, thank you.
Marami ba?
So pakita ko lang ito yung point ko, Mr. President, that I'm trying to drive at. Ipakita namin yung historical data ng AIX allocation from 2020 to 2025. Yan. Kung madali mapansin to, Mr. President, pagka election year, lumolobo yung AIX. 2022, 2020, 1.2 billion. 2021, 3.6. Pagdating ng 2022 election year, 5.3. Nag-spike. Okay, 2023, 6 billion, 6.6, 2024. Pagdating na election year 2025, 7.4. So ito nakita natin yung pattern. Ginagamit ito sa politika, not really intended na tulungan yung talagang nangangailangan. So hindi ito driven ng needs, kundi driven ng politics. Now, how do we correct that? Kaya nga, tinitingnan natin, baka may overlapping. And worse, baka may double. Nag-overlap na, nagdoble pa sa isang individual or certain groups of individuals. And mamaya, may papakita kong case study, not necessarily case study, but particular or specific instance or instances na talagang naabuso yung AIX in terms of distribution. So
Sorry, is there
how
a
do we
question?
explain that, the pattern? Pag election year, tumataas. Nag-i-stabilize pagka walang eleksyon. Hard to explain, Mr. President.
Well, what the secretary says is the trend really is upward. So if you look at the numbers
No, what I'm
between-
saying is upward nga, pero sinundan lang yung 2022, nag-maintain siya, pero nag-spike na naman siya ng 2025. The pattern that I'm trying to show is pag election year, lumolobo ang AIX. Why?
From what I saw this year, Mr. President, because I only handed the DSWD budget this year, yung request ng DSWD nandun talaga. So to speak on behalf of the agency I represent, tatanggapin talaga nila yung request for additional funds kasi they are always requesting. So to answer his honor's question, baka maraming legislators na nagre-request pag election year, di ko alam, no? Baka ganon ang
That's
nangyayari.
exactly my point, Mr. President. Is
But
that
sila
the need-based?
tatanggapin nila. So, but to say, Mr. President lang, na it's politically driven, kasi sila, matagal na silang humihingi. Taon-taon humihingi sila. Baka napapansin lang sila pag election year. Siguro ganon. Kasi on record naman po yung request nila.
Pero yung AIX, di ba, parang mas kinangailangan to nung COVID-19 era. Diyan ito talagang yung parang na-pronounce yung kanilang yung necessity. Kasi maraming nawalan ng trabaho, may tupad tayo. May AIX kasi talagang crisis situation. Marami nawalan ng hanap
Yun,
buhay.
that's why ang laki
Marami
ng jump.
nagsara.
Oo.
So kung titingnan natin, 2020, malaki na nga yun At saka 2021, ito yung COVID period.
Yes. The jump is from 1.22 to 3.62 now for the 2021
Yes. Could there be-
2021 budget.
Could there be more crisis during the pandemic?
Wait lang. Well, actually, Mr. President, if I may, if you look at to answer his question, to answer his honor's question, the jump from 2020 to 2021, which is the first pandemic year, is more than 2 billion, 1.2 to 3.6. So almost 200% ang nadagdag. The following year, 21 to 2022, almost 2 billion din naman ang nadagdag doon.
Pero wala ng pandemic
Meron pa, sir. 2022
Yeah, pero
naka-mask pa tayo.
Pababa na, nag-open na yung economy.
But I mean, even after
Dapat
that,
ang trend, susundan natin yung crisis, dapat medyo bumaba, pero tumaas
well, anyway, I'm just reading the numbers, no, na at nataalala ko, naka-mask pa ako ng 2022 kasi nag-attend din ako ng conference abroad, naka-mask pa rin yung mga tao. So, nandun pa rin naman kahit papano. And then in 2023, his honor's observation is correct na, ayan, hindi na yan election year, medyo maliit lang yung jump, no? It's less than 1 billion. Then the following year, it's only 100 million. And then after that, ito 2024 to 2025, it is less than a billion. So the biggest jump, in fairness, was really the pandemic. That was really the biggest jump. As his honor properly says, that's when you should see the need
The highest.
to add, Mr. President.
I will not belabor the issue kasi mahirap i-defend yan, Mr. President, kasi kitang-kita naman yung pattern. I understand that you have to defend the budget, pero we're trying to drive at the same conclusion sana, na dapat ayusin natin, no, yung budget. Ako, I'm all for ayudas, but dapat data-driven at saka may programa talaga. Hindi yung whimsical, arbitrary, and politically motivated. Yun lang po yung ayaw natin. And yun na, nag-usap na kami ni Chairman Sherwin dito. And we are in agreement na dapat, it's about time na medyo streamline natin. Kasi this is being abused eh.
Mr. President, just for the record, no, we were reading from the numbers under client served. The numbers are allotment, but it doesn't change. It doesn't change His Honor's observation that the big jumps are during the
Thank you.
2022 to 2025.
Thank you, Mr.
Same
President.
pa rin naman yung observation
Now,
nun.
another issue sa AIX. Meron kaming data rito ng as of September 2025, yung highest AIX allocation. Number 1, Davao City, 2nd District. Number 2, Davao City, 1st District. Number 3, Batangas 1st. Antique Lone District. Bukidnon 3rd District. Cagayan 2nd District. Cagayan 3rd District. Albay 2nd District. Pampanga 3rd District and Zamboanga 2nd District. Now, ang lowest, Sulu 2nd District. Yan ang pinakambaba. Ito naman ang lowest 10. No? Sulu 1st, ayan, nandyan din. Yan. Okay. All the way down to Negros Occidental 3rd District. Ang tanong ko, anong crisis meron sa Davao City na wala sa Sulu? Anong crisis meron sa Batangas na wala sa Sultan Kudarat? Anong crisis meron sa Antique na wala sa Negros Occidental? Anong crisis meron sa Bukidnon na wala sa Tawi-Tawi? Anong crisis meron sa Cagayan 2nd and Cagayan 3rd na wala sa Sultan Kudarat 1st and Makati 1st?
So, Mr. President, let's be clear. The crisis referred to in AIX are personal crisis. So, if a father, I'll use an example. I was in a conference. I was gone for 2 days. I was in Hong Kong, liver cancer conference. And that was one of my very first advocacies. If a father is hit by that kind of cancer, whether it's liver cancer, lung cancer, any other, hindi makapagtrabaho, may crisis po yung family. Kasi hindi nakakapagtrabaho. Baka si father kukuha ng MyFIP or pupunta sa health center at mag-a-avail ng PhilHealth. Pero yung kawalan ng income ng family, then that is where they can avail of AIC. So when we speak of these areas, I would say, Mr. President, all over the country, there are families in crisis, personal crisis.
So these
Meron
are
talaga.
personal crisis.
Yes, Mr. President. I
Not
mean, to be
group.
clear, the program is for personal and
Yeah.
more public crisis.
personal
to be
or
clear.
family.
Yes, yes. Personal or family.
So my question is, does the DSWD maintain a disaggregated data indicating from the total number of AIX beneficiaries, ilan yung naka-receive ng assistance individually at ilan yung na-serve through group distributions? Marami po ito, yung group distributions. Hindi ito individual. Kasi kung stopgap intervention for individuals ang sa crisis situations, bakit merong mga gathering of beneficiaries, groups, and mass na nagko-conduct ng distribution in large public setting? May program pa. May senador minsan, may congressman na nandun na dapat wala silang pakialam doon kasi wala naman silang pakialam sa implementation. I would not question it kung DSWD personnel ang nandun or even local officials, but not senators and congressmen. Ito yung panggrupo eh. Magpunta kayo doon sa lugar na individual ang distribution. Wala masyadong congressman, wala masyadong senador doon. Magpunta kayo sa large gathering na distribution. Yung group beneficiaries, nandoon ang mga legislators. So what does that tell you? It's all political, Mr. President.
So, Mr. President, I asked the secretary to explain to me the difference between the individual and group. We call it group or mass payouts. Yung mass payouts, yun yung mga lugar na wala naman silang opisina doon. So lumalapit sila sa tao. And yes, it is generally, it would be a politician who would request for the constituents and they would help organize the logistics. So whether it is in a, what do you call this, a covered court, kung saan man, pero DSWD officials are always there.
You know, I just hope that the two Gatchalians are not taking it against me. I'm trying to help the DSWD na sila mag-implement ng program na wala nakikialam.
Actually, sir, talagang sila po ang nag-i-implement, pero there are incidents, or is it many incidents that it's upon the request of is that accurate? It's an off-site, but the site is controlled by DSWD. I'm not aware, and the secretary confirms that there are always not just the presence of DSWD, but they run the distribution. That is what the secretary assures us, because if His Honor will recall, I mentioned that one of my reasons for not adding to the budget of AIX was because of the reports I got that yung inaabot sa tao, may nakikialam pat may makikihati pa. So nagagalit ako doon kasi...
Pupunta tayo dyan mamaya later, Mr. President.
So but that was one of the main reasons. So when I brought it up to the secretary, doon din niya na-explain sa akin na, number one, there is always DSWD personnel there and they are in charge. Kung may mangyayari mang ganun, after, pag alis, doon sila sinusundan. But just to say that is why I had the secretary explained to me what is the meaning of the offsite or the group mass payouts, Mr. President.
Well, medyo nasagot nyo na yung itatanong ko sanang susunod, pero hindi naman ako satisfied. Tatanungin ko na lang ulit. Ano?
Please do, kasi mukhang pareho concern natin.
Pareho naman ang direksyon natin, Mr. President. No doubt. No? Kaya we're trying to correct the situation or yung mali. No? Ano yung rationale ng gathering beneficiaries en masse para mag-conduct ng distributions in large public settings? Ang tingin ko rito, I'll make my own conclusion. Ano? Ito yung tina-turn natin yung programa into a political event. Tapos nagre-reinforce ng patronage sa politics. No? You may or may not agree with me, but that's my observation and that's my conclusion. Kasi naandun yung legislator eh. Tapos nagpapasalamat pa sa congressman. Pasalamat po tayo kay senator. Pasalamat tayo kay congressman dahil kundi sa kanila, wala tayong didistribute ngayon. Hindi po ba nangyayari? Alam nyo, meron kami mga nakatago mga video. Hindi ko nila papalabas kasi baka mapaaway na naman ako sa ating mga kasamahan. Hindi ko nila papalabas dito. But it's really happening. And I hope we can put a stop to this and just allow the DSWD family to do their own, to accomplish their own mandate na walang pakialam kasi nape-pressure din sila eh. And I think the good secretary will agree with me. May mga pressure na dumarating sa kanila. Kung saan lugar magsasagawa ng, yung distribution en masse or yung public gatherings. Sila pa yung pinagpo-produce siguro ng tao eh, or maybe the mayors. Mag-produce sa mga tao. Kaya lumolobo pagka election year eh. Kasi kailangan, merong gathering, kailangan magkampanya, kailangan ipakita na namimigay. My point, Mr. President, is, it's time we put a stop to this practice and just allow the SWD to do their own thing, Mr. President. Ito yung minimension ko kanina na specific cases, Last week ba ito, as in from now? Okay. Ito mga, sometime last week, residents in Iloilo City. Pakita mo nga yung news, reported that most of their 10,000 DSWD cash aid was illegally taken by individuals allegedly linked to barangay and city hall personnel. Of course, Marie Elias ito, no? From Barangay Takas. Said that a supposed staff member of a barangay Kagawad took 8,900 pesos. Nangyayari ito, hindi kumpleto yung natatanggap na dapat natanggap kasi merong kumakat. Yan, no? While Inday, of course, Elias din yan, no? From Barangay San Juan, said 9,000 was taken after the payout. Minsan nga hawak na ng beneficiaries. Papipilahin pa para isoli yung ano eh. So, 10% lang nakukuha ng beneficiary. Yung 90% nandun sa bulsa ng mga nangasiwa. Otherwise, hindi sila masama sa listahan. And we know this is happening. Kaya nga ang importante, Mr. President, like the 4Ps, dapat talaga may data eh. May programa, merong tayong datos, meron tayong pag-aaral, meron tayong pinapag-graduate, nakagraduate yung anak kasi merong educational assistance, nakapaloob doon sa 4Ps, etc. etc. Pero doble-doble na nga eh. Meron na tayong educational assistance under 4Ps, meron pa tayong educational assistance under AIX. Meron din tayong medical assistance under 4Ps. Meron pa tayong MAIF. Yung MAIF, guarantee letters yan eh, ng politiko. As much as 100,000. Ba't hindi na lang natin ilagay sa programa ng Universal Healthcare? Para naman makagraduate tayo from low or medium to high end. Kasi ngayon parang I understand bumalik pa tayo from medium, bumalik pa tayo sa low eh. Kasi kulang ng pondo. I'm not trying to lecture here, but you know, these are all relevant information that we are sharing with the body para na sa gayon, you know, makorek natin, maremedyohan natin yung mga malpractices, if I may say that.
The gentleman's concerns are noted. The secretary is also listening. Just to also, for a quick response, the secretary said the thing with the data is that it's also difficult to predict or impossible to predict where the next crisis will happen on a per family basis. So there would be, I think, from my perspective, Mr. President, I think we can estimate what this is from the totality of the population, just knowing how many poor people we have. We have, ano ba tawag doon? Food poor. We can estimate that. Pero kung saan sila, that would depend. It could be a geographical crisis, so you can reach them geographically in the same area, or it could be personal crisis spread out all over the country due to inflation, due to hard times. So DSWD would just need flexibility for that. And then on the second point, on the news, this is exactly the discussion that I've had with the secretary. Concern talaga din nila yan nung nabalitaan nila, and they are currently investigating it. Ito rin talaga yung trigger ko as the subcommittee chair na hindi ako kampante na magbigay ng additional ayuda kung ganyan lang naman ang mangyayari. But the secretary emphasizes that yung ganitong nangyayari pagkatapos ho yan ng official process nila in giving the funding, inaabangan. Tapos katulad nga ng sinabi that the gentleman from Cavite said, exactly what happens, parang inaabangan sila after to
Reimburse. Yeah.
reimburse or
Reimburse,
get,
quote unquote. Yeah.
yeah,
To extort, actually.
to extort. I think that's the actual term, to extort from these poor people.
Otherwise, they will not be listed in the next distribution. Yun yung threat eh. Anyway, Mr. President, no? Moving on, yung Ateneo School of Government. ASOG. No? Nag-issue sila ng position paper and I'd like to share it with the body on the corruption issues in government. Specifically, yung cash dole-outs like AKAP, AIX, MAIP, and TUPAD have no system for identifying beneficiaries and conditions for qualifying as beneficiaries. Moreover, greater role and discretion are given to politicians in selection of projects, beneficiaries, and amounts of assistance, and visibility in the distribution of cash. The ASOG highlights that social services are headed towards becoming a matter of utang na loob instead of not as a matter of right. Yun ang end state na gustong ma-achieve ng politician, utang na loob para maalala sila pagdating ng eleksyon. So, hindi ito nagseserve ng purpose na yung nangangailangan talagang bigyan. Binibigyan para magkaroon ng utang na loob. Now, anyway, my next question, Mr. President, is...
Mr. President, I'd just like to make a reaction also to that, no? In our letter to the chairman of the Committee on Finance, wherein we recommended that we stick to the net value of the AIX. Precisely, we indicated the reasons that we also hear from these, not just the NGOs, but also academicians on the best way to allocate these funds. The recommendations are our programs are people-centered and sustainable, such as, number one, the social pension for indigent senior citizens. 2, supplementary feeding programs for children. 3, establishment of regional Bahay Pag-asa facilities. And 4, subsidy for accredited private social welfare and development agencies and capacity building of social workers. For the record, Mr. President, we supported all of that. Lahat tong sinabi ko, ginawa ho natin. We recommended to the chairman that these programs be given added funds. And the chairman was able to support our intervention. So I just need to spread that into the record na talagang may ginagawa naman tayo with the full support of the SWD. These are programs that they want to improve on. We are doing that. But like I said, this was my letter, my first letter. Following that, in conversations that I had with our own colleagues, they expressed the heart-wrenching scenarios that we see on the ground with people who were devastated by these big calamities. And of course, the need continues even for those who, like we said, have personal calamities. Thus, as I said, the body can decide if they still want to add to the AIX. That's for the body to decide, Mr. President. Kasi talagang humihingi pa ng pondo ang DSWD, despite us being able to also provide more support in these programs. And
It's not yet done, but it's almost
okay,
done.
so Mr. President, I think this is news that His Honor would like to hear. The President had exactly also requested that we have a more comprehensive study to see which of these interventions, which the AIX, the MAIP, TUPAD, which ones are really able to address the poverty of our people. And the study is now ongoing. It is being conducted by Shell, Habito, and Company, Mr. President.
And my suggestion is, pwede bang i-umbrella na lang natin under one program for peace? Related naman lahat eh. Integrate na lang natin, consolidate natin under one program to be handled by the DSWD, you know.
Parang nahihirapan po, Mr. President, sumagot ng
Expand.
oo ang secretary kasi iba yung mga mandates.
No, expand na lang natin by way of legislation yung coverage ng 4Ps kasi covered ng law yan eh. Para na sa ganon, talagang data-driven.
So, like, for instance, yung target ni 4Ps, they're only poor na may mga anak.
Yes.
Like most conditional cash transfer. Baka we might run afoul with.
Isama na natin yung ano, I'm also for the record, I'm also in
I
full
guess,
support.
Mr. President, we need to study what kind of law is necessary because to just expand the 4Ps, 4Ps has a very specific target to break intergenerational poverty. That is providing the support that will change their habits, bring them to school and make sure they are healthy. Yun yung main doon eh. Maybe we can really ask the experts also. I love this kind of legislation. I'm with you on this, but I'd like to hear from the experts what would be the best way to target the concerns, no? Ito kasi katulad ng binanggit ko, this is the objective of 4Ps is inducing new behavior. Send your kids to school, make sure they're healthy, get their vaccinations and so on and so forth. If we were to add to that na kailangan pa rin ng pamilya pero hindi aligned dito, we just want to be sure na tama ho yung gagawin natin. I'm with you on that, Mr. President. We can ask the Secretary, maybe he can talk to the cluster. And-
Studies.
Point of information, Mr. President. Number 2 sa listahan ng LEDA Common Legislative Agenda for the 20th Congress, yung hindi to self-serving nag-file po ako ng bill dito. Amendments to the Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino Program, 4Ps Act. Number 2 po ito sa mga priorities ng galing sa Malacanang based on the LEDAC. And I'm also in full support of the move or the proposal of the SWD to ban politicians in cash aid distribution crisis program sa mga distribution. Ito, DSWD ban on politicians in cash aid distribution. Crisis program faces major funding cut. Yan po yung statement ng DSWD. And I'm in full support of that proposal. In fact, I recall yung chairman si Chairman Erwin Tulfo has already sponsored, di ba? The committee report in this regard. Before we started the plenary debates on the budget. Yeah. Anyway, that's all I have to. I hope I
Thank
did
you.
not, I did not antagonize that much the SWD family, including the distinguished sponsor.
No, Mr. President, we are happy to hear his honor's concern. And I will make sure that the DSWD follows up on many of the issues that his honor raised. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President.
Sino kasunod na interpolator?